Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in the wee hours of the morning. But I do what I do for you. Let's go. I got a nice one for you. I remember this I'm about to do right now. If I'd have done this 5 years ago, it wouldn't have worked. So things have changed, times have changed. I appreciate it, so I can get to express myself. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, the message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I hope they're working out for you, but we got a good thing going, so let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. It's the things you can do to make that happen. As the master right thinker philosophy, I want all right thinkers to do just that. Know thyself. That's what I do what I do for you. That's your goal. That's your mission. It should be to know who you are. Let's go. Right thinkers. Do you know you? Do you know thyself? One of these people are you. Well, if you figure that out, you'll be better off. You want to be the last one. So that's the goal. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Person who knows, but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Father, all these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. Into my yacht, be true. When I started just teaching my philosophy about 7, 8 years ago now, 20, yeah, about 7 years. But when I was telling my brother, I was at Can You Feel This, doing my live broadcast every week, I wanted to tell him the conversation I had with God. He said, You can't do that. Why not? Man, you gonna tell him you talked to God through history. Didn't everybody tell everybody they talked to God? Did Moses? So conceptually, understand that. So I'm throwing my conversation with God in the ring. How about that? All right, right thing. Let's talk about when I talk to God, He talks back. Do He talk back to you? Spiritually, that's where God dwells in the spirit realm. But it's also mental. You have to be able to comprehend. Don't just blindly believe in something. No, do some due diligence, pay attention, and put your own work in to manifest what you need to know about God for yourself. Yes, I talk with God. I'm gonna tell you that to the cows coming. Why? Because everybody should be talking to God one way or another, and they do. They just don't figure it out yet. So I'm trying to help you with that. If He's talking back, you should be listening. That little voice, that's who that is. Yeah, I talk with God, and I say we all do it at one time or another. But God, do God talk back to you? I never forget how I know that my mom starting to realize what I'm doing, how I understand it, because she said, "Son, I'm glad you listened." That's saying that when God spoke to you, you listened. And now I'm starting to be prevalent to her, and she see, yeah, he's under a whole nother thing now. I listen to that my higher self, aka God. I don't just talk with God. Mm-mm. He talks back to me. Can you say that? Everybody should have their own personal relationship with God. When I was doing the lessons, the self-discovery, the question is, how's your intimacy with God and how's your relationship with God? I was insulted. My man, it's personal. Okay, but I get it. So the question is always, whatever relationship you got with God is between you and Him, but you can share that concept with others who believe what you believe about God. That's all. That's called Christian, Muslim, Jews called religion. Simple. Spiritualists, we are spiritual people. We don't practice a religion. We just live right, do right. That's spiritual understanding. It ain't about calling me this, calling me that. No, just respect me. Okay? Here we go. If you're in personal communication with God, you're a right thinker. Doing the right thing, living right, is how God will communicate with you. Why? Here, bless you for doing things you need to do. When you go into prayer, you asking. When I meditate, I'm listening. I live a spiritually disciplined lifestyle. Higher self dictate what I do. I'm God conscious, so everything I do got to be pleasing in His sight. But I'm not running around here holding in that. Oh Lord, praise the Lord. No, not that. No, sorry about that, but I can't stand that. That don't mean nothing. All that showboating for everybody, make them think you know God, is a waste of your time and theirs too. You and God share your own relationship. And God, excuse me, I'm God conscious, and God is P funk conscious. You know why? My heart and my mind is working as one. I know myself, my heart knows me, so we're on the same page. That's when you become God conscious and a spiritualist, not a Christian, Muslim, or Jew. I follow spirituality. And listen to this. When I talk to God, every now and then I get to, express myself. God says, keep on doing what you're doing. I said, okay, I ain't missed a day. But I was having a conversation. Yes, I'm a servant of the Lord. And my job is to what? Enlighten those unenlightened to God with knowledge and understanding that they can manifest for themselves. That's right thinking philosophy. That's what I do for you. And yeah, the goal of right thinking philosophy to do what? To get those who choose to follow to know God for themselves. You're not following me because I know God. No, you follow me because I can get you to God for yourself. And then it's all on you. I know a lot of God believers, over 2 billion of y'all, okay? But y'all need to know God by becoming a right thinker. Know Him through knowledge, living, and manifesting so you and God become one. That's all right thinker wants you to do, become one with God. The religion say the same thing, so I'm trying to tell you I give you knowledge and understanding to be your best self. I'm not telling you to be this or be that. Right thinkers are just the name for those who follow my right thinker philosophy. That's all. You can be a right thinker. You don't got to follow my philosophy. If you're doing the right thing for you, guess what? You're a right thinker. If you're being productive and what's working for you, you're a right thinker. Right thinker is doing what works for you, not what I say do. Understand that. The only difference between a Christian and a right thinker is what? The Christians believe in God. Right thinkers know God for themselves. See the difference? Okay? Believers in God are called Christians. Okay, Jesus. Okay. Knowers of God are called right thinkers. Moving on. I'm just saying. I told God, and I could tell us, I could tell to think, I don't think they're listening and learning from me. He said, keep teaching. So I'm here. I'm doing it. Whether you pay attention or not, whether I get 100 views or 5 views, I got to do what I do. Like my pastor tell me, I teach to one like I teach to 1,000. So I'm just teaching. Let's go. If you tune in, fine. If not, say thanks. So I do what I do. And when you tune in, it's for you. I told God, they understand, okay. Yes, I check my numbers daily to see who tuned in. This is my classroom. My views are my students. Whoever watched me, that's who's learning. So I call y'all students. Y'all, the viewers are really my students. That means y'all turn in and get your lesson. Appreciate you. That's why I always say I appreciate you. The numbers look good. That means a bunch of y'all tuning in. Numbers ain't good. Obviously, you ain't tuning in. So I do this every day. Why? Every viewer I consider a right thinker student in my classroom of my YouTube channel where I do what I do for you. So some days I get a full class. I got a bunch of y'all, so yeah, lessons good. Y'all like that. Okay. And some days, I got an empty classroom. Guess they didn't like the subject. I got another lesson coming for you. You got a bunch of salad bar right thinkers. I'll tell you about them too. All right, but I get to see. I see who is who. All right, now I understand the subject material is not for everyone. Okay, but this is life lessons. So if you want a life lesson, that's what I do. If you want to pick and choose what you like about what I do, that's up to you. That's fine. But I do what I do daily for you. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give you what I think you need, and it's up to you to take it or leave it. A la carte. Right? Thinking a la carte. Take what you like. It's all good, but it ain't for everybody, and you don't need everything. So take what works for you and do the rest. I'm going to take God's advice. I always do, since last time I didn't end up being in prison. As always, he's right. And I'm seeing the growth in what my students who do tune in and follow me. I'm getting the comments, so I appreciate that. As long as you know what I give you is good, then you tune in and receive it. Now, I used to get depressed when the numbers was low. And my life pretty much is like a roller coaster ride. One day I'm happy because, yeah, got numbers. Oh, now I'm depressed. So my point to that is when you find peace within yourself, the meter won't move whether it's good or bad. That's why the Buddha has no ears. He want to hear the praises. He don't want to hear he don't want to hear the accolades and praises. He also don't want to hear the nonsense. So trust me. Rabbit ears meaning you listen to everything. I got eyes. I look. I can tune in and see. So yeah. But anytime we're doing something, you want to be acknowledged for us. I understand that. But I understand now what I'm doing. The purpose of what I'm doing is to get the message out, get the lesson out. Those who follow it will tune in. Those who don't make a difference. You just do your job. Got it. That's what he told me. So worrying about who looking, who ain't looking, ain't your job. Putting it out there is. Okay, so where we at? Okay, now you need to know how to what? Talk to God for yourself. I pray, and that's talking to God. That's fine, but that's a one-way conversation. I keep telling you, praying is you talking. Meditating is you listening. How many of us meditate? Practice, practice, practice. Why? That's God's conversation. I have it every day. So you could too. My God conversations means nothing to anyone except who? Myself. What God and I discuss ain't got to do with nobody, and you should feel the same way. But me, yours should be the same. What you and God do should be between you and God. When Moses talked with God up on the mountain, God talked back, obviously. So he gave Moses what? The 10 Commandments. He gave a whole bunch of stuff, but he only brought down 10 commandments. Him and God, he did it for a long time, 40 days, and that's all you brought back was 10 funky commandments. But no, the point is, he got talked to from God. Everybody who talked to God was either famous or did a whole bunch of stuff. No, everybody should be able to talk to God. When Jesus talked with God, God didn't speak back because he's on the cross and they asked, why have you forsaken me? That was the human part of Jesus. If y'all thought Jesus was God, okay, we all are. But when you come flesh, you become human. So the human part is what your conscience is. And obviously, she's constantly wondering, yo, my man, why you gonna do this to me? No. So the human part is built in fear. Why? It don't know. It's ignorant of itself. Hence, your ego self. Your spiritual self, they know not what they do. It's okay. I got it, Dad. I got this. See? When you sacrifice the physical part, that's spirituality. Why? This can't do nothing. This is the prison that you bodied in until it what died, and the spirit can either go home or go find another body. That's just a fact of life. Where we at? Sorry about that. But when you're talking to God, if you reach that level where you're actually talking with God, but we all do that. But the next level is what? Hearing God. Having God talk to you. When God came to me, he was in a Vince Lombardi voice. I tell anybody, I don't care till the cows come in. When he got my attention, He was in the voice of Vince Lombardi. Understand that that's a psychic that I understand how they can get in and reach the best part of you to get your attention. And I've been with him ever since. That was 2013. I'm just saying. When you on that level talking to God, you in a whole nother space. A lot of people still looking for God. Don't have a clue that God is in them, so they're still looking in the world for God. Knowing thyself means you found him. How about that? So let me get this lesson over. I know I'm way past. Sorry about that. Let's get this thing going. I'm talking God. I get a little long-winded. You need to know God for yourself. And I'm trying to do that with my teachings daily. If you live right daily, what'll happen? God will let you know personally. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You're not going to get that when you die. You get that when you do good deeds right now. In death, you don't get to respond. You don't get to have a say so. Nothing is done in death. You are you belong for the ride. So right here, you can make those decisions to do what you need to do right here and now. Trust me, that's your decision. Last one, I'm wrapping it up again. Hope you get this lesson. I think this is a good one. If you lie, excuse me, if you live right daily, yeah, okay, that last one. Right thing of philosophy will get you to what? Know thyself and how to talk to God for yourself. I need you to know God for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Well, I got my own thing going with God. And me doing my thing is me doing my thing for God. So you can do your own thing for God. And however you choose to respond, that's on you. Wrapping it up. Again, I hate to sound like a preacher, but I'm talking about God. I'm not a preacher, okay? Claiming God, how good God. No, I don't do that. I'm a teacher. So you can know God for yourself with the things that you're doing for yourself. That's the difference. I have a pastor who's a preacher. Yeah, and he's a teacher. Why? Because he teaches the word and he lives what he preached. That's the respect that I have for anyone who's doing what I'm doing. If you're doing it the way you're supposed to, you got nothing but my respect. I'm not a hater. I don't do none of that nonsense. We all here to do what? Enlighten our people. So I ain't got no beef with nobody, how they teach and instruct people what they should be doing. Not at all. So understand that. My pastor says God talked to him. And when I got that from him years ago, I understood why. Because that's how I felt. Like God was talking to me directly. So now I know I ain't crazy. So yeah, I'm letting you know you need to be talking to God. And he'll talk back. You just gotta know how to listen. And if you ain't living right, you ain't putting yourself in position as a Mason, you had to be in position to receive certain things. So yeah, same thing with God. If you ain't living right, you ain't in a position to talk to him. If you're living wrong, all you're doing is talking to him. He ain't talking back. When you have what I know to be a daily conversation with God, that's my meditation time. That's my prayer time. I give him that every day. I don't care what's going on. I don't care where I'm at. The first thing in the morning, I go into prayer and meditation. Don't make a difference where I am. Why? Because I'm dealing with my higher self 24/7. And when I go to sleep, it's on him. When I wake up, I let him know I got it now. I'm going to do it for the day. When I go to sleep, take back over. So you have to share with your higher self. That's all. When you're taking control, living right, and doing what you're supposed to do, that's what you need to be doing. And he'll acknowledge that. Why? Why? Continue to bless you. This is why the people who live right get seem like stuff just work out. That's just how it goes. Moving on. Last one again. I appreciate you. My pastor does the same job I do for God. We both God's servants. He do it his way, I do it my way. But we both serve the same God. So I tell anybody, if you talk to God, he should talk back to you. If you're talking to him and he ain't talking to you, it's something you need to do. Tune in, I'll help you with that. That's what I do for you.